in the spirit of Christmas, both Democrats and Republicans received gifts this week. Democrats won the Senate special election in Alabama, their first senator from that state since 1992. But Republicans appear to be closing in on a crucial victory for sweeping tax reform just in time for the holidays. Joining me now is Vince Coglianese, editorial director at the Daily Caller and host of Mornings on the Mall here in Washington, D.C., and that's on WMAL Radio. Nice to have you back.
Nice to be here. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. The legislation, still being finalized, as we heard from Jason just a few minutes ago, would cut the top tax rate from about 40%, 39.6%, down to 37%, and then for corporations from 35% to 21%. Now, are there enough tax cuts for the middle and low-income families? What is your reporting telling you?
Yeah, they're hoping that in the standard deduction, by doubling that, by actually trying to basically continue to offer a sizable mortgage interest deduction, that most families are going to see maybe even thousands of dollars of savings when it comes to this. There are some families, probably in areas where with high state and local taxes, that could face some increases because they're going to lose the deductions. But you're still going to be able to deduct up to $10,000 in state and local taxes, according to this plan. And that's a pretty high amount. Let's say in Maryland, a high tax state nearby where we are right now, you need to be above, say, $200,000 before you get to the point your income taxes are such that it's beyond the amount that you can deduct.
We hear Marco Rubio is saying maybe not on this unless he gets this child tax deduction.
Right. He wants to increase the child tax credit for the working poor. That's his view. He's upset that basically what ended up happening in this compromise package is that they lowered the top end rate so that wealthy earners are getting somewhat of a break, but didn't do that very same cost savings technique, raising the corporate rate to 21% and using some of that extra money to pay for the child care tax credit. And he wants to force the issue, and he's threatening a no vote right now. Which could just really torpedo the whole thing. Yeah.
I think I read right before I came on the air that President Trump is saying it'll all be worked out.
Yeah, he desperately wants to get this thing passed.
Sure. Democrats are calling a delay in this vote, however, until Doug Jones, who won that special election in Alabama this week, gets sworn in. Do you think that's going to happen?
Well, absolutely not. I mean, this is politics, and the Republicans have to seize the political advantage while they have it. Yes, they've got to worry about people like Marco Rubio voting no, but this is their best shot because if they wait until January when Doug Jones is sworn in, then you're in a situation where you have 51 Republicans to 49 Democrats, and then it gets to the point where it's virtually impossible to get anything passed.
We heard earlier from Mark Irons on the Federal Communications Commission's vote to undo net neutrality, an Obama-era policy. How is this going to shape the future of the internet?
Well,
am I going to have to put a credit card in and pay every time I want to get on Yahoo?
Well, it sure sounds like that based on the way everyone's reacting to it. I would say right now not to allow the hysteria to dictate what you think the future of the internet is actually going to look like. My sense is if you were watching a YouTube video today, you'll be able to watch that same YouTube video at the same exact speed tomorrow morning for now. And then the other thing to remember is that...
Wait. For now.
For now. But the other thing to remember is this. Is that the FCC has argued by actually overturning these rules that if anybody enters into anti-competitive behavior, two different companies, the Federal Trade Commission exists for that very purpose. They can make sure that when you have an anti-competitive environment, they can weigh in with their agency. So the FCC says there's a whole bunch of backstops here, and if you don't like it, maybe you should pass a law, Congress, instead of having an agency dictate it.
Oh, there we go. With that little zinger, we are going to have to leave you, Vince Coglianese. Thank you so much, editorial director at the Daily Caller.
Nice to be here. Thank you.